All right, today I'm at the Moonboard. I'm in the middle of warming up. It's gonna be a simple Moonboard session. I'll throw out tips and tricks here and there. Let's go. So right now I'm doing something I've never done before, which is the non-benchmark problems. And I guess my only issue with these is a lot of them are not good in terms of the the V4s. Because if the problem has these two holds, 9 times out of time, it's easier to just go from here to here. And if it has that white hold, you can match it. So here's what I mean. I'll climb and I'll commentate at the same time. So yes, sure, I can go here first, but that's actually much harder than just going here first. And then from here, I'm gonna go right here. And now it wants me to go right there, but I could just match this. And then I have this foot, and then I'll go right here, and then here. And I effectively just eliminated 2 holds. Yeah. Also, so the Moonboard is supposed to be like very universal and the same, but that's not always the case because this hold right here, and for that matter, all of these holds, they feel a little bit bigger than the ones at my normal climbing gym, which is MVP. And especially this one right here, I could literally feel like there's an additional 2 to 3, 4 millimeters of space right here. So even though all the Moonboards have the same hose set, this hose set definitely feels a little bit bigger by a couple millimeters, which does make the climbing here a little bit easier in terms of difficulty. So that's just something to keep in mind in case you're wondering, why is this Moonboard so much harder? All right, now I'll move into the meat and potatoes of my climbing, which today is just gonna be V5, V6 benchmarks, because my goal for this winter is to eliminate all those benchmarks, and should be no problem, honestly. I'm sure I did this one already, but I just never marked it down. Easy. Kinda, not really, almost fell. Okay, quick lesson time. So for this move to here, what I essentially did was, instead of keeping my hips super close, I let them sag backwards. This way when I go up, my hips are already away from the wall, so when I catch the hold, the swing isn't as excessive. So I'm gonna do it with my hips super close to the wall, right? So if I just do it with my hips super close to the wall, like that, it's just hard to jump off and generate force. But if I sag it a little bit, like this, it's much easier to just go up, because in order to go into the wall, you have to be away from the wall first. And if you're already super close to the wall, it's hard to get any closer, if that makes sense. Now, I've tried this problem in the past, and I've fallen off every time because I really struggle getting to this hold, but because these holds are bigger and friendlier than what I'm accustomed to, it should be approximately like super not that bad. That's what I'm hypothesizing and hoping. I was wrong. I still suck at it. I don't know, man. There's something about this hold right here, this very particular hold, was it? Hold E6, that I just absolutely despise. This one never feels good for me. Whether I take it as a side pull or a crimp on top, freaking hate this hold. But honestly, it's not that bad, so should go. I don't know why, I just fucked this problem. And this isn't one of those max projecting sessions, so I'm just gonna give each problem like 1 to 5 tries, depending on how spiced I feel about it, and then move on with life. Because today's about volume more than anything. And again, I'm just running down the list. Heel hook, you see that? Oh no, dab, it's okay. I don't really care. I'm actually gonna redo that one. Now, normally, I'm a very perfectionist type of climber where I don't like to dab on the ground or have my feet use the arete of the board. But like I would have just moved on from this, even though I dabbed a little bit, but the fact that the top part was kind of hard makes me want to redo it a little bit more better. So I'm gonna make it more better. So at the start of my session, which I'm still doing the start, I'm still like kind of semi warming up, and therefore my rests aren't like super long. They're like maybe 1 to 2 minutes, if that even. Because again, most of these are like very flashable for me. They're not that hard inherently speaking, but let's do this. Heel hook, don't cut. Ooh, oh, maybe a little bit of cut. Yes, dog. Right foot, switch. Crank it. Holy smokes, this is a hard problem. That's at least V6. So I think this problem right here is a bit hilarious because I'm not the brightest sometimes. So initially I thought it was 2 hands here, right hand here, left here, and then go out, which is really hard. But then I watched the beta video on IG and everybody pinches this first and then they go here. And I'm like, not IG, very useful. So now that I have the beta for it, it should really go the first time. First flash try with the correct beta.
You better tell the truth real fast, and then we're probably done at last. 'Cause I got somewhere to be.
You know, I could have kept going, but foot slip and a dab, and this problem is hard enough that I don't want to do it with a dab. Rest, try again. By the way, this yellow hole right here, I4, number 35, I always take it as like a 3-finger undercling. And I noticed a lot of climbers, they never do that. They always use this crimp variation instead. And yeah, no, that's it. Nothing particular. It just goes to show that even though the holes are really, what's that word called? The same, the way you could take it is very nuanced in this sense. Again, I think I'm the only one who consistently does the undercling on this, whereas most people I see consistently crimp it. I don't know, I think I just like underclings. I really want to get this problem on this board as opposed to my home board because it's easier on this board. That's literally it. By the way, in case you don't know, all the Moonboard problems start with a sit start. So it is proper to start with your butt on the ground.
You gotta force it in ego, talking fast and punching low, making sure that there are no traces of thinking I could be better. I know I was probably crazy, thinking someday you'll change. There's nothing left to do now, so I'm playing the game. And so, Heartbreaker.
That was a good problem. So you're plateauing in your climbing, and you're not a big fan of just hangboarding for strength. You should definitely do some form of board climbing, just because on the board climbing, the fall's relatively safe. It's a similar style called Be Strong. And because there's over 10,000 problems in here, you get a lot of volume without having to search for it too much. Like if you're to do gym climbing, maybe not all the problems are climb strong, so it's hard to specifically focus on one trait of your climbing, but this is all very similar style. Therefore, it's a, what's that word called? It's basically the same exercise done one after another with slight variance. And if you want to get good at something, you basically just do the same exercise over and over again while progressively overloading. And that's basically what the Moonboard provides. Well, board climbing in general. Now, if you're newer to board climbing, you should probably do it twice a week at the start of your session when your fingers feel nice and strong, approximately 30 to 45 minutes. And just go for volume work, so about 1 to 4 tries per attempt. Nothing too serious, don't try to hurt yourself too much. This problem looks pretty funny. Is it like this? This? I'm going like this. Oh, you're serious? Okay, should be no problem really. You know what I hate about the Moonboard? It's so goddamn sandbagged. Therefore, when you see videos like, oh, I climbed my first V8 or V7 in 1 month, and I'm like, okay, but did you do all the V4s yet? You know, so I think it's slightly misleading sometimes. I thought it'd be pretty fun to commentate the whole time while I do this climb. Right hand pinch, left foot all the way low, right foot flag, left hand here. I'm gonna, hayak, get a good ground, adjust the feet, adjust the right hand, bring it up, lock off, reach while putting pressure on the feet. I know what to do. Drop knee, stand up tall. Oh yeah, 3-finger drag. I am a monster at 3-finger drag. Easy work. Nice match. Also, great thing about the Moonboard, problems always the same. They never change. Like this problem right here, first time I did it, I flashed it. Second time I tried to do it, couldn't do it for the life of me. This time though, I'll actually log it. So just because the problems never change, you have something to always test yourself with. Unlike, you know, indoor climbs, which change periodically, and it's kind of sad. These, never though. This should be a very easy flash, not a problem. Oh. Oof. Get the heel hook. Make sure the heel hook stays. Oh. Right hand. Actually, now that I've done it, I've actually never done it. First time I tried it, I was too tired to bump the right hand. So that was my first time doing it. Just a fun heads up. I wasn't very efficient with my beta here because from here, I did right foot here. No, I did left foot here. And then I just reached for it. Where when I was projecting this, when I was a little bit weaker, the better beta was 2-hand match here. Switch feet like this. And then from here, go like that. So it's also good because on weaker days, you should still climb because then you find out more micro beta nuances that will make you more efficient. But today, because it's my first day off of rest day, I'm really excellent. So I just compensated with strength. So I'm feeling pretty good. So I decided to switch it from most repeats to least repeats. And that's just a way for you to categorize how difficult it is. Normally, the more repeats, the easier it is. The least amount of repeats, the harder it is. And this is the least repeated problem out of the V5s and 6s put together. And not going front, looks pretty hard, but hopefully I flash it. Pro tip, make sure you brush your holds. Brushing of the holds increases chance of sending by at least 800%. This goes for the footholds as well. Honestly, this is easy work. What is easier than this? The answer, nothing. Oh. Let me tell you what happened. I ran out of chalk on my left hand. So when it comes to these harder problems that are harder for me, one thing I always try to do, and it's not like always, it's like all the time basically, is when I hit it, I never try to straighten out my arm first because it's really hard to re-engage it. So if I hit this, I'm gonna try to hit it with bent arm and I'm gonna try to keep the bent arm. When I hit this, I'm gonna keep the bent arm. I'm never gonna try to straighten it. Straightening it and then trying to bend it again is really difficult, but a slight bend is much easier to maintain throughout the whole climb. Puts you in a better position to pole too. So I will implement that. Oh. Okay, huh. I wonder if it's easy to just go from here straight to here, hold the swing, and then go there. Or 2 fingers? Like this? Like this? What a befuddling. Okay. Oh, that's so much harder than a 5 or 6. So this problem is definitely more 7, 8 as opposed to 6. That just goes to show how sandbag the board climbing is. Sandbagging for uninitiated is making a climb, gradient climb easier than what it is perceived to be. For example, this is a 6. Climb's more like a 7 or 8. My mistake that time was I didn't realize I had to match that hold right there. That was a mistake on my part. So next time I'm gonna take my right hand, cup it around the right side so I can bring my left hand to match, and then I'll just hayak for the jog. And now I'm actually resting a little bit because pretty hard climb. All right, this is my 4th try. I think this will be my last try just because I don't really want to put all my heart and soul into this type of session when I'm not doing like a max projecting session. This is just a run through all the 5s and 6s session. That's all right. Let me chalk up. Every time I slip, I always re-chalk up. Unless I'm rushing, then I don't. Every time I do it, I do it. Only time I gamble is when I gamble. Only time I drink is when I drink. I'm not an alcoholic. I only drink when I drink. Ha ha ha. I'm a great driver, except when I'm not. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. So when it comes to these square footholds, I always try to place my feet on the corners as opposed to top. So I'm always trying to place it on the corner or corner. That way when I push into it, it doesn't slip off the top, because if I place it on top and I push, slip. And most of the times when I'm using these footholds, I'm always using it like in an opposing way, never so much a direct way, very oftenly, but even if I'm using it in a directly up and down way, I'll still kind of have it on the corner a little bit, because the corner really does help catch my feet. Hard to say that when I kept slipping off the start though. Oh, fucking shit. I took too long. My hands ran out of chalk. I decided I'm going to give it another try because, well, you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is nothing compared to Humpty Hump. Humpty Hump is 10 times 1,000 harder. That's basically what I say every time I encounter a new problem that's kind of hard. I just say to myself, it's not harder than Humpty Hump. Okay, time to change. So this is the most unrepeated V5 or V6. Anyways, point is this one looks so much easier than the other one. And I'm sure I'll flash it, honestly. Holy shit. Yeah, that was much easier. In case you guys missed this little nuance that I did, when I went for this hold right here, I adjusted it to the worst side so that my right hand could enter the good side of it. And that little bit of oomph really helped me get there. According to my head, this is a really easy problem. It's just left, right, left, right. But of course the simplicity makes it harder than what it appears, I believe. Oh yeah, this is fucked. Oh yeah, this is fucked. Holy shit, that was fucked. Okay, that was not easy. I'm sorry, problem. I have vastly underestimated you. So this hold right here is really friction based. And because today's a little bit humid, which is my excuse for why I don't want to do this problem, I'm not gonna do this problem. Yeah, and it's okay because this Moonboard, like I said, has 10,000 hard problems, very similar in difficulty. You guys know how I was just complaining about humidity and this hold right here? Well, the next problem uses this exact same hold, but I'm feeling a little bit optimistic. It must have gotten more dry in the 10 seconds that I spent to switch the problem. Oh yeah, definitely got more dry. Oh, is that not it? Okay, in my head I read right, left. I'm guessing it's left, left though. Okay, no, it's not that hard though. I think I'll commentate this climb just because it's not super hard in my head at least. Which should be simple. I'm gonna walk up to it with the intentions of sending it. Right hand side pull, left hand kind of like a meat hook type of ordeal. Feet are close, I'm just gonna hayak. Using a little bit of momentum. Excellent, adjust feet, drop knee, flag, static, cut, place, Here again. Switch feet. Bring up the feet. Left hand this time. Oh, that was harder than anticipated. Left feet up. Oh wow, that is cool. I was wrong to commentate. I definitely needed a lot more focus on that one, but now I get it. It's just rocking over in the left foot really hard, pulling into it to get that additional bump to the black hold. Should be no problem. In case you guys want to know what I mean by using a little bit of momentum when I start. So normally you could just start this position like that. But what I like to do is I like to actively roll my torso forward, backwards, and then roll into it, right? So instead of just that, I'm gonna like that. So I'm using my momentum to help lift me off the ground. And that's a key thing to do with a lot of these sit starts. All right, no commentary. Nice. Oh. I'm there. So the thing that's really messing me up right now, this hold right here, I don't know if I want to take it as a 3-finger drag or a 2-finger or this, but I think next time I'm gonna take it on top like that. So I'm using all 4 fingers and I'm kind of just like crimping it in a sense. Easy work. The easiest work. What could be easier than this problem? I can't think of anything. Or maybe I am supposed to do that. Okay guys, slight problem. I ran into a mono. Now I've actually never used that hold on the board before, nor do I like monos. So I'm thinking I'll just flash it really quick so I don't have to keep doing it over and over again. Easy flash, so I'll never have to touch that shit ever again. Oh, that shit. Oh, I actually just missed going in. I was very confident in it. Oh, let's try again. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm so upset that this is gonna take me 3 tries. God, I hate finger pockets. Monos. God, my monos. Fuck my monos. Holy smokes. Oh, that kind of hurt. Flesh wound wise. Starting to feel pretty good. There's nothing left to do now, so I'm playing the game. And so Heartbreaker, yeah, that's better. So obviously the Moonboard has all these footholds that you could use on the kickboard. And at first, I tried doing like this drop knee thing because in my head, drop knee always works, but it didn't. So in order to get my hips a little bit closer to the wall, but require a little bit more power, I opened up my hips and that allowed me to get the next hold. Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. So this problem right here is basically testing my abilities to continue pulling inwards while I'm going up. Which means with my left hand, I'm gonna need to continuously pull. But before I pull, I need to start far enough away from the wall so that I have enough momentum so that when I catch the hold, I'm still going inwards, as opposed to just barely hitting it and then falling off. That's what this problem is telling me, at least. All right, let's see if I could catch on. By the way, I like to hold this hold kind of like a meat hook as opposed to like just a straight on undercling. It feels a little bit more comfortable for me. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll try to I'll try to sag my hips down and just move with my upper body forward. That way I'm basically just doing that motion. Hip sag to the rescue.
Every move you make, then I'm on to you. Come on, heartbreaker, give in and surrender to me. Surrender to me.
Huh. Okay. Oh my God, come on. Okay, I tried being static. Try and keep my feet on. Sometimes you just gotta cut feet in order to make it work well. So that's what I'm gonna do next. All right, last try on this problem. Oh yeah, so I'm not going front. I really did it like I was gonna cut feet right here. But apparently what happened instead was, because I actually jumped for it, I got so high that I was able to catch it really well. And because I caught it well, I was still pushing downwards. It's basically like the no jump drill, where you basically just jump as high as you can, but you keep your feet on the ground like that. That's what I basically did. Apparently that's all I needed to do. This problem is so fuck looking because the first move starts right here, but I really want to go right hand. But I just watched the IG video and it's left hand. Holy smokes, already. Oh, wasn't that bad. That was 100% my fault. I think I should have kept right leg. Or, yeah, left leg. I'll figure it out. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Now when it comes to holding underclings, the key here is not to pull inwards, but to lift upwards. Because when you lift upwards, that forces your feet to press downwards and that creates tension for you to elevate off the ground. Whereas if you just pull inwards, that's all that really happens. Not exactly the best thing in the world. You want to lift upwards so that that brings your hips into the wall. You see that? Huh. As opposed to huh. And this problem has 2 underclings. Well, 3 technically. It's more like a side pull though. I think that's just me being tired. Holy smokes. You know what this means? Now that I'm a little bit tired out, I'm just gonna switch it to the most repeated V5s and 6s so that I can still climb because I'm tired out, but I'm not like dead yet by any means. I still got plenty of prowess in me. So let's do some easier stuff. I say easier stuff, but this problem does not look like easier stuff to me. It looks pretty hard if I'm being honest, but we gonna find out. I'm tired. Next problem. Okay, that's the video. If you want to see more Moonboard stuff here, more Moonboard stuff here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, partner.